These films bombed at the box office and left critics and fans alike shaking their heads. Welcome to Glamor Light. Today we explore Hollywood's Hall of Shame, where we'll be looking at the most derided films that have been released so far in 2024. Our countdown of the worst movies of the year so far includes Argylle, Lisa Frankenstein, Miller's Girl, Float, The Underdogs, and Night Swim. Stick around to find out which cinematic disasters made the cut. Let's kick things off with Argylle 2024, directed by the acclaimed Vaughn. The anticipation was sky high, with an A-list cast that promised an exhilarating spy actioner. Unfortunately, what we got was a celebrity-infested shoot-'em-up that fell flat on its face. Critics were quick to condemn the film's messy and convoluted plot, which left Bryce Dallas Howard's character entangled in a web of reality issues. The seemingly endless twists failed to connect with the audience, and not even a mid-credits scene could salvage the wreckage. Argylle stumbled out of the gate with a bleak $17 million domestic debut, making it clear that it needed saving from the very beginning. Now let's talk about the retro undead love story, Lisa Frankenstein 2024. While we appreciate the risks taken in blending the bubblegum brightness of the late 80s with Tim Burton-esque weirdness, the result was a tonal nightmare. Part campy horror, part teen rom-com, the film lacked the necessary nuts and bolts to provide a cohesive viewing experience. Despite the committed performances by Cole Sprouse and Kathryn Newton, this Diablo-Cody pen feature failed to leave a lasting imprint. Lisa Frankenstein found itself not just dead on arrival, but buried in a box office graveyard. Moving on to Miller's Girl 2024. Even Hollywood's latest it girl, Jenna Ortega, couldn't rescue this erotic thriller from eye-roll territory. The narrative, revolving around a student-teacher relationship, felt dated and all-round tacky. Ortega and the distinguished Martin Freeman delivered commendable performances, but the toothless screenplay and the film's overall creep factor made it ultimately forgettable. As the credits rolled, it was a unanimous class dismiss from audiences. Steering through the treacherous waters of romance, we encounter Float 2023. Crafting a great romance movie demands genuine chemistry, an engrossing story, and a reason for audiences to care about the on-screen union. Unfortunately, Float missed the mark on all fronts. Centered around a girl falling for a small-town lifeguard, the film lacked the emotional heft needed for a compelling love story. The picturesque Vancouver backdrop and the pleasant performances by Robbie Amell and Andrea Bang couldn't prevent the film from syncing with audiences. In this case, Float merely managed to tread water and not much more. Stepping into the realm of sports comedies, we encountered the Underdogs 2024, an Amazon original film with one selling point, Snoop Dogg. For fans of the hip-hop legend and his acting, there might be some enjoyment to be found in this R-rated sports comedy. However, for everyone else, the experience is likely to be painful. The film's expletive-laden approach feels like a blatant RIP off of nearly every other Underdog sports movie, leaving audiences with a sense of déjà vu. While positive messages can be found, the film fails to connect in any meaningful way. Even with a game Mike Epps on its roster, we'd prefer revisiting the classic Bad News Bears any day of the week. Diving into the horror genre, we encounter Night Swim 2024, a ghoul in the pool offering that left horror fans wanting. Tepid at best, the film took itself a little too seriously when a high-concept camp factor could have elevated it to M3 GAN level highs. The 90-minute runtime was overwrought with cliches and waterlogged jump scares that audiences saw coming a mile away. With names like Carrie Condon and Wyatt Russell attached, expectations were high. But unfortunately, the film delivered questionable character motivations and plot holes instead of the anticipated scares. A missed opportunity from the usually reliable Blumhouse production. Last but certainly not least, we have Madame Web 2024, a film loosely based on the Marvel comic book character of the same name. While it may be unintentionally hilarious, the problem is that it's not a comedy. Dakota Johnson stars as Cassandra Webb, a New York City paramedic turned clairvoyant, in a story filled with laughably bad dialogue and low-rent special effects. The attempt to connect to Spider-Man's lore feels desperate and only adds to the overall ineptitude of this Sony Pictures film. Madame Web joins the ranks of the worst superhero flicks since Morbius, cementing Sony's struggle in the superhero genre. And there you have it, the most derided films of 2024 so far. Did we miss any cinematic disasters that failed to meet expectations? Share your displeasure in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more Hollywood updates and hopefully better films in the future. Until next time, this is Glamor Light signing off.